So people can easily see the problems that I have in life, well, because I talk about them, but like they can easily see them because, I'm me and they can see me. But like when they say, well, why didn't you just do this now? Like, why didn't you just do this last year or years ago? Because then your life would be fixed by now. They think it's that simple because it's simple for them. But I can do that same thing and be like, well, why didn't that person heal their mental health years ago? Well, like, why didn't they start working on it years ago? Like, it's that's rude, but like I'm just saying, that's kind of the issue here that everyone is different. Everyone's dealing with different shit. Everyone had a different upbringing. Everyone is fighting their old self to try to become the new self. Everybody is in this thing of this war within themselves. That's what I mean by fighting, because you're basically, I don't know, you have to fight to get to the person you want to be, to get to the life you want to be, to get to feeling the way you want to feel, to every fucking thing you have to fight for. Like, I mean, like, literally, it's shitty, but you have to almost become strong. Like, everybody. Like, everybody almost has to learn how to, and it's not just get strong, because our version of strength, when I say strength, I might have a different imprint in my head than you do. So what I mean by strong is being able to be emotionally intelligent, handle the stresses of life, do this thing, work on our mental health, work on our physical health, do all this shit. Then we got to work on our financial health. We got to, like, there's all these different things that the world expects of us, and I feel like this is exactly why everyone's freaking the fuck out with anxiety. They like have all this shit that they know they need to do, but they can't do because they're like, well, I have to do this instead. And then there's all this shit. And it's like they look at me like I'm different than them because I decided to switch up the priorities, but it's still, we're still living the same life. Like, I still have to do the same type shit. I still have things that I should have done years ago that I haven't been able to do because I'm the only one here. So what the fuck? I can't just, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I understand my problems. So that's why I know that I have these fucking problems. You understand your problems. That's why you know you have your problems. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's a life is life, and everyone's living a different life. Everyone has different problems. Like, you can look at the guy who's homeless on the street and be like, oh, how the fuck did he get there? Like, I'd never end up there. One, don't ever say never. The world can crash at any fucking moment. And two, the thing is, he had a different life than you. And if you had his life, you might be exactly where he is. Like, that's the problem. Like, people think they're stronger than the other people they see. They have this ego thing to think, well, if I was that person, I would have did this and this. No, you wouldn't have, because you would have had that person's life. That means you would have had that person's limitations at that time. You don't understand. There's a whole different world beyond, like, our physical reality. Like, our mind itself is this whole world, and we don't really get it that everyone is in a different world. We're all in the same physical world, but we're all in a different mental world. We all have different mental problems. Like, everyone has mental problems. Everybody. Like, and what I mean is everyone is fucked up, bro. We're all fucked up because humans are just this thing that's growing on a rock, and the rock has water and like all this other shit. But like, at the end of the day, it's like we're the ones that have to work on ourselves, but we know ourselves better than anyone, or we should. And this is why, for me, I focused on certain things that were in front of me, not necessarily the things my ego wanted, because my ego wants the world. Like, everyone ego wants to get rich. Everybody wants to, like, whatever. And if you don't, if you deny that you don't, you're lying. Like, if somebody had the chance to give you $1 million, you saying you wouldn't take it? The people that are like, oh, fuck money, I hate money, like, so you're not going to take it if somebody offers it to you? Of course you would. Like, so it's not about fuck money. It's about your upbringing that you had around the ideas of money. It's about this thing that is in your mind world, but not in the physical world. The physical world is whatever our mind makes it to be, because we are literally individuals, bro. Like, we're individual people that get to co-create in the physical world, but we're individual minds. Like, it's complicated to explain, bro. But like, I was just sitting here thinking about how like mental health, physical health, spiritual health, all of it, like like it's things that you have to do. You have to fight. You have to work on. You have to constantly put the effort in. And if you stop, it'll catch up to you eventually, no matter what. Like, if I've been working out now. Like, I mean, really, I've been working on and off for like 6 years. But I've been working out seriously for 2 years, and every day basically, like every week, and now almost every day. But like, that's what I mean. It's a constant process. Sometimes I might take I took a 2-month break off once from working out because I hurt my, like, right here, my shoulder. But like, as soon as it was healed, I was right back to working out like every week. And I guess it's because I know if I stop, I'll get out of shape again. I know if I stop the meditations, if I stop the psychedelic spiritual experiences, if I stop the experiences I have with the plants and herbs, if I stop the shamanic stuff that I do, then I might feel out of balance spiritually and get out of spiritual health. If I stop working on the connections I have with my loved ones, if I stop working on the connection I have with myself and the things I love to do and who I am as a person, figuring out like who I am, so that I can figure out what makes me tick, so that I can figure out what makes me me. I don't know how to explain it. That is like, it took work. It takes work to constantly check in with yourself, because you're not going to be the same you in the next 5, 6, 7 years. And if you are, you might be disappointed about it, which is fine. But this is all like life, I guess. I don't know. We have this chance to grow. I don't know. We're like flowers. Like, flowers grow. No matter what, they have to keep growing. Like if they stopped growing, they would die. So, I don't know. And I think this is why we kind of feel off balance, because a lot of people only focused on 1 or 2 things. So imagine there's like 10 things in front of us, and these 10 things are like things that we, like, humans should do, okay? Like, what does it mean to be a human being? What are humans supposed to do? What are humans here for? Why does life exist? Like, all this, like, it's all kind of bullshit questions. Like, they're real, but like, I feel like we take shit way too seriously, and we get too out there in the sky looking for some magical answer. But the answer, there is no magic pill, there is no magical answer, there is no trip that you're gonna get that's gonna be like, holy shit, now I understand why I need to. I mean, maybe, but at the end of the day, you have to put the work in with everything. Everything. It's on you. Like, everything. Like, we don't get... People can help you, but they don't have to. Like, the psychedelic can give you the message that can give you the answers to the universe, but it doesn't have to. But the thing that could, whatever, is if you continuously work on it, you might get something out of it. If you continuously work on meditation, you might get something out of it. If you continuously work on working out, you might get something out of it. If you continuously work on your mental health, you might get something out of it. And what I mean, it's hard to explain work on your mental health, but I already said this in a video in the past, so sorry if I'm saying it again. But when I used to be this gangster dude, and I used to be this thug, and I would say the N-word all the time. So, nigga this and nigga that, and like that was just who I actually was. Like, if you asked me, I would have been like, no, that's who I am. Like, they would have been like, that's not, you're not a gang. I'm like, bro, no, this is who I am. So that's who I was. So, in my mind, one of the first things I did after I had my mind-blowing DMT trips, and I started thinking I need to, stop like being who I am, because I didn't feel like I was who I was. I don't know. I felt lost. So the first thing I did was like, yo, I gotta stop saying the N-word. So I started removing the N-word from my vocabulary in my own head, because just doing something like that required me to think and replace the thing that's in my mind. Like, because the mind world is a completely individual, separate world than the physical world, but they are connected. So I then like removed the N-word, and then I was like, well, now I don't have to say that. I replaced it with bro. Like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, whatever. But it doesn't matter, because I even kind of stopped saying that in a sense. And now I just work. Then, like, I started working on my speech. Started working on my whatever. I'm high as a motherfucker right now, so don't mind me now. But what I'm saying is, I started working on who do I like on myself, because I started asking myself, who do I want to be? Who am I? Like, and who you are will feel so comfortable. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's going to be very uncomfortable to get there. It's a very hard path. Just like working out is a very hard path. What I mean is, the farther you're away from you, the more painful it's going to be to get back to you. So, if you are 600 pounds, it's going to be so much, and you used to be, like, I don't know, 180, in kind of in shape at 180, it's going to be so much harder for you to go from 600 pounds back down to 180. You're going to have to do so much more work than someone who is 230 trying to go down to 180. But everyone's on a different journey, and you can't judge yourself based off the person who's starting at 230. Like, and don't be embarrassed if you're starting at 600 either. Don't be embarrassed of where you're starting, is what I'm saying. Like, I seen some dude on TikTok, and for me, it's not that I can't read. I can read. I just hate it, and I don't like reading. It's boring, and I prefer to listen. I learn better when I listen to people, so I just do it my way. But this dude literally could not read, and he probably got made fun of. He's in his 30s. He literally does not know how to read, so he's documenting his journey of learning how to read. And I'm like, bro, I fucking respect that dude 10,000%, because it doesn't matter when you start. You start, and other people will look at him and be like, bro, you're just learning how to read in your 30s, but there might be something that he knows that you don't know that you should know, like in your 30s type shit. Like, it's like almost like we forgot the fact that by the time we're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, we should become wise old men. Like, we should be on the journey to become wise old men in our 20s. We should be on the, well, at least in our 30s, but like, I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what I think. It's like, oh, I think all 29-year-olds should be philosophers, or I think all people. No, I don't though. Because I understand everyone's different. So maybe one day they'll start their philosophical thinking in their 40s or 50s. Like, their journey is different than mine. And there's going to be things that they did first that I did last, because my journey is mine. And, you know, it's one of these things. So, no matter what the journey is, though, we're the one that has to walk the journey. So, like, it doesn't matter how much information you get, you have to do it. Like, people will tell people meditation, but they never do the meditations. They say, oh, psychedelics heal, but they didn't use psychedelics to heal. I mean, we know the truth of all this information. It's all real. It's all true. But it's not going to work for you unless you did the work. That's just how it is.